Hello friends, I am Terry Lynn and my page is Life with Terry Lynn, and that's here and on YouTube. I just wanted to share something with you guys, and we get busy in life and sometimes we don't stop to think about a few things in the financial way that can make a big impact. And now that we're getting at the end of the year, it's a great time to think about this and to possibly even put it into practice before the new year starts. So I've made a little flyer here and I'll post it. I'll post it on my page so that you can save it, download it, print it, whatever. A pastor one time shared this with me, and it was a Saturday get-together at the church, and he talked about a financial plan that the Lord had showed him that worked for him. Now, a lot of us are aware of the Dave Ramsey, the snowball thing, and I love that, and I have the book. I've gotten all of our kids the book years ago, to Snowball Debt. And there's baby steps there that you do, which I agree is a great thing to do. But I also like, this is what this pastor showed me is a very short and simple way to do things, and it is to run your home like a business. So what he said was, the home has bills that come in, it has money coming in, and it has expenses, and it has laborers in the home. And so he said the problem with the home is, with the laborers, is nobody gets paid. So nobody wants to do the job. So he decided everybody needs to get paid. So he sat down, had a family meeting. Even his father and mother started doing this, and it's amazing what happened when they started this plan. So I hope y'all will see it and will love it and start using it. And I do know somebody that I just recently shared it with, and her and her husband are excited. And so so what he did is he sat down and he had two boys, two teenagers. And so he says, you're going to get this for allowance, you're going to get this, and I'm going to provide this for school, this, I provide this. You get 2 pairs of shoes a year, $40. Now this was in the late 80s. I'll buy 2 pairs of shoes a year at $40 is the limit that I pay for each pair. If you want a $100 pair, you save the $60, you pay the difference. So, and it's wonderful. You know what? Kids love it when they know what to expect. Okay? They love it when they know what to expect from the parents. And if you say something, follow through with it. It's very important that when a parent makes the rules or what things are going to do, you're going to get this, you're going to get that, be sure you follow through with it, because you do not want to show your children or your wife or whatever that you don't follow through. So he asked his wife, he said, if we had the cash to go buy anything, what would you want? She said, I would love a new sofa. How much? And so she looked it up, and what she wanted was like $800. Again, this was in the 80s. He said, okay, here's what we're going to do. Money goes in the bank. You're going to get this amount of allowance. They're getting this much. I'm getting this much. And we pay only the bills out of there. Anything left over, it stays in there. When there's enough in cash left over, we'll go buy the sofa. Well, she knew her husband meant what he said. So what she did is she started cutting coupons. Now, I don't use coupons when I grocery shop, but anyway, I do use coupons for like Subway, like I did last night. We got a foot long for $6, But she used coupons. She made sure lights were turned out. She'd, like me, I'll hang stuff out on the line to save the dryer, or hang them out in the washroom on hangers with clips and let them air dry. I have cut the light bill down $100 a month by doing some of those things, making sure it's off. I'll make sure the porch light's off. Used to, the porch light was on all the time. Now I turn it off in the mornings when I put on coffee. I go turn the light off. And then when I go to change the AC to cooler at night, I turn on the porch light. and I turn my AC up because we don't need it as cool in here during the day. Unless I'm cleaning house, then I'll change it. But anyway, so that's what she did. And she just did all the things, and she cut the grocery bill. She made her meal, and I'll tell you what, you can save money if you'll plan your meals for the week. Okay, plan your meals for the week. And you can cut it. You can have soup one day. You can have a meal with no meat one day of the week. You can have a sandwich night. And then, you can figure out how you can stretch that grocery bill. It can be done, okay? It can be. And I'll tell you what, if you can and do canning, and y'all be watching for some short videos, I'll be showing you different things, but canning is amazing to save some of those leftovers and things. Okay, so here's how this pastor showed us. You take your income that comes in. 10% is to pay your tithes, okay? And I understand not everybody's going to pay tithes, but you should give 10% away, okay? 10% away. 10% in your savings. Just set it up to automatically if you're on a salary, especially if you're on a salary, it makes it easy. I'm on Social Security and a salary and an allowance or whatever. So it's just on auto every month. So 10% savings, 10% in the tithes, and then 10% is your allowance. Okay, that's your allowance. So there's 30% that's allocated. Okay, so 10% is your allowance. Now, allowance is your blow money. Okay, each person. So if you are bringing in $1,000, that's $100 that you have for the week. That's to eat out. If you want a pair of earrings or whatever it is, right? That's your allowance, $100. And I suggest cash, okay? And now, if that's the only income between you and your husband, and it's $1,000 a week, then he gets 50 and you get 50, okay? That's your allowance for the week. Now, you don't have to spend it all. I found, now when I started this, I only got $10 a week, my blow money. So if you went out to eat, or if you wanted to go to lunch with a friend, it had to come out of that $10. Or you didn't spend it this week, and then next week when you got 10, now you got 20. And that was a challenge to me to see how much I could save cash in my wallet. And right after this, the pastor's wife had a get-together at her house where this lady did these t-shirts with the puffy paint and appliques on them. She would make earrings go with them and all the things. Well, I saw a pair of earrings that I liked, but they were like $8. That would have only left me $2, and I had just got paid. Saturday is payday, was at our house. So I turned them down. I decided it wasn't as important to me since I was only going to have $2 left over. So I decided not to. 70% is the essentials that you pay for and the bills and whatever, and then anything left over, leave it in there. Okay? Now, as far as the savings go, as far as Dave Ramsey goes, you need $1,000 emergency in your savings. That's the baby step number one. And then you pay off debt, right? Pay off debt. Now, as far as paying off debt, the best thing to do is to take the smallest balance, and that's the one you want to snowball, tackle the most, and pay the minimums on the rest. Regardless of the interest rate, it is quicker to pay off the smaller one, and then when that one's paid off, then you take that amount and it goes to the next one along with what you were already paying. And you snowball the debts, okay? Get out of debt. Once your debt is taken care of, other than the house, once the debt is taken care of, then you work on the savings to get it up to, I recommend 6 to 8 months of your earnings. So if something happens, you've got, we could go to war or what, I don't know. Whatever happens, you do not have to fear, because you have money set aside that can pay your debts, pay your bills, not lose your home. or a death in the family or whatever. It could. My neighbor across the street, when her husband passed, it took her 6 months to get that house in her name with the will, but she had to have an attorney. It took 6 months to get that into her name, and she still had to pay the payment on that by herself without him and without his money coming in, okay? So there's reasons to have 6 to 8 months set aside, okay? So anyway, run your home like a business. 10% your tithe, 10% your savings, 10% is your allowance. Pay your bills on 70, okay? So that is my recommendation. Let me know if any of you do something like this, or if you've done the Dave Ramsey snowball debt. Let me know. Let me know where you're at in doing this kind of thing. You know, the more people that do this, the stronger we can be. As Americans, we can be much, much stronger. And I tell you what, you'll sleep better at night, and you will feel so much more like you're in control. And here's the thing. You are telling your money what to do instead of your money telling you what to do. And as Dave likes to say, and I like to say it, live today like no one else. So later, you can live like no one else. In fact, the couple that I told you is doing the allowance thing, their house is paid for. What an amazing thing. We're getting close. We are getting close. And I can't tell you how much it feels so good to be at that part of the journey in our less than 15 years together. And so it's amazing. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. I hope you enjoy it and that you will send this along and let others also get this message. Thank y'all for watching. Life with Terry Lynn. Bye-bye.